Hello and welcome to Holiday Travel Watch and this latest vidcast from Holiday Travel Watch dealing with the 12 golden rules of travel. Those rules were born out of the experience of British Holidaymakers and of course this organisation. In a few moments I'm going to take you through each of the rules, but before I do that, what I would say to you is if you do nothing else before you travel, make sure you pack these rules with you. Simple reason is that they will provide you with a good action plan just in case you encounter any problems whilst you're abroad. They also form the basis of a good action plan for when you return to the United Kingdom. Okay, so the first rule that you should follow is to stay calm and to stay in control. And you must bring to the attention of the travel representative your problem. You must give them the opportunity to put right what has gone wrong. Okay, now that you've made your complaint to the travel representative, make sure that you complete the customer complaints form. Remember, by making a complaint in resort, this is not your official complaint. This complaint in resort simply gives the representative and the tour operator the opportunity to put right what has gone wrong. Occasionally, holidaymakers are refused access to a customer service report. If that situation arises, simply write out your complaints on a sheet of paper. Keep a copy for yourself, invite the tour representative as you hand over the complaints to sign your copy, or indeed get somebody to witness the fact that you've taken this particular action. Do not accept compensation on the spot, and certainly do not sign any documentation in whatever language it's presented to you, because this may affect your rights to claim compensation when you return. It's quite simple. Reserve your position, and if you have a problem whilst you're in resort, seek advice. Call Holiday Travel Watch. Don't forget to take the names and addresses of your fellow holidaymakers whilst you're in resort. They may have suffered with the same holiday complaints or indeed holiday sickness that you have. Binding together as a group within resort can sometimes help to resolve the complaints whilst you're there on holiday. But it's also important that if you act as a group, it could also help you to progress your claim when you return to the United Kingdom. Remember to take photographs of your particular holiday complaint or problem. Remember, do not break the law while you're taking those photographs, and certainly do not go into areas without seeking permission first. If you're able to, take video evidence of the complaints that you are faced with. And if it's possible, get other holidaymakers to relate on that video that you're taking their experiences. Once you get home, make sure you put your complaint in writing to the tour operator within 28 days. The reason that this particular time span is set out for 28 days is that's the term usually specified within your holiday contract with the tour operator. You are also obliged by the package travel regulations to make sure that you notify the tour operator of your complaint as quickly as possible upon your return. Make sure you keep a copy of the complaint for yourself and send it either by recorded or special delivery to the tour operator. If the tour operator is a member of ABTA, then they must abide by the ABTA Code of Conduct in the timescales that they must respond to you. They must provide you with an acknowledgement within 14 days and provide you with a full reply to your complaint within 28 days of the date of receipt of your letter. If they're unable to respond within 28 days, they are then obliged to let you know the timescales when you should expect to receive a response from them. If the tour operator fails to comply with the code of conduct, you are entitled to make a complaint directly to ABTA about the breach of that particular code. ABTA are then entitled, at their discretion, to investigate your complaint, and, if appropriate, they can take disciplinary proceedings against their member, and members can be fined for any breaches that they are found guilty of. If you're not satisfied with the response that you receive from the tour operator, then clearly you're going to need further guidance and assistance. What I would suggest is that you have the option, obviously, of contacting us here at Holiday Travel Watch, or alternatively you can seek other independent specialist advices either through Consumer Direct or the Citizens Advice Bureau. Whatever you do, do not bank any money or cheque that you receive from the tour operator in satisfaction of your claim unless you are satisfied that it meets the claim that you have made. Remember, if you do bank the cheque, or indeed the cash, it could prejudice your right to pursue your claim at a later date. If you find yourself in that situation, then clearly what you need to do is to obtain independent advices. You can access those advices through us here at Holiday Travel Watch, or indeed through the CAB or Consumer Direct. Since 2007, Holiday Travel Watch has begun to receive a number of disturbing reports from holidaymakers about what happens to them when they make holiday complaints in the resort. They tell us that they have been confronted, in some cases by baton-wielding security guards, in an attempt to try and intimidate the holidaymaker from going about and speaking to other holidaymakers about their particular problems. We've also heard reports of rooms being investigated or ransacked looking for so-called incriminating evidence. That evidence obviously being the lists that people create, or indeed photographs that they've taken of their particular holiday problems. Let me be quite clear on this point. You have made your contract in the United Kingdom, and you're entitled, if you believe that you have been given a disservice in your contract, to bring your claim before the court, and it is clearly for the court to decide whether or not there has been a breach of contract, or in some cases an injury committed against you. You are also entitled in this jurisdiction to search for and collate for information that is appropriate to your claim, as long as it's done legally. I would also suggest that such actions are completely legitimate in foreign jurisdictions also. Let's face it, if these jurisdictions subscribe to the democratic conventions that you and I enjoy, then they will surely provide you with respect and protection as you are trying to deal with any difficulty that you have whilst you're in their country. So what I'm saying to you is quite simple. By making a holiday complaint, you're not doing anything wrong. But if you are confronted with the issues that I've just discussed, then I think you need to consider taking the following steps. Firstly, I would suggest that you just remain just that little bit extra vigilant in regards of your own personal security. Secondly, you can contact us here at Holiday Travel Watch for further guidance and assistance whilst you're in resort. Thirdly, I would also contact the local British consul and just advise them of your present difficulties whilst you're in the resort. And finally, whatever you do, make sure that if you have gathered evidence for your claim, that you keep it on your person with you at all times. So there you have it. I hope that you've managed to gain some additional information or knowledge from this particular vidcast. If you need to contact us, our details will be displayed at the end. So until next time, safe travels.